Hey everyone, if you're new here, welcome to the Cozy Cauldron, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're doing a reading on, how does your crush feel about you, or the person you're thinking of, how do they feel about you? So here we have 3 piles. For pile 1, we've got the Everyday Witch Tarot. For pile 2, we have the Kawaii Tarot. For pile 3, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot. So take as much time as you need to pick a pile. You can pick more than one. You can watch all 3. There's no hard rules to it. Just try and pick whatever one feels best to you, whichever one you're drawn to. And if you find that maybe the pile you picked doesn't resonate, you can come back to the beginning and pick another one. But yeah, just, take as much time as you need and meditate. And I'll be starting off with pile 1. Hey pile 1, if you guys chose the Everyday Witch Tarot, then this is your reading. So we're going to get started with some tarot cards, focusing on the question of, what does your person feel about you? How does your crush feel about you? Things like that. Ooh, got the Page of Cups. Let's get 3 more. How does pile 1's? Oh, the Queen of Swords. Ooh, okay, the 3 of Cups. Let's get one more tarot card and then we'll do some oracle cards. The 8 of Swords. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's get some messages of love oracle cards. I got this deck specifically for this reading, so I'm excited to see how it is. Let's see. How does group 1's crush feel about them? That's a lot of cards. Just like 1 or 2. Support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. That's really interesting with that 3 of Cups. Okay, let's get one of these Wisdom of the Oracle cards. That flipped out. Deep Knowing. Okay. I'm gonna get a Moonology card now. Okay, I'm gonna take the top one, which says the answers you need are coming. And let's get, for our last card, let's get an astrology card. Ooh, Leo. Okay. So let me just move the cards around a little bit to make sure everything's in frame. Okay, and just give me a second to breathe and take in the messages, and then I'll get right to your reading. Okay, group 1. So I'm definitely feeling like this person that you have a crush on, I definitely think they reciprocate the feelings with the Page of Cups and the 3 of Cups. With the 3 of Cups, I feel like they are part of your friendship group or your inner circle. Or maybe they are connected, like they are friends of a friend. And so I feel like you two are around each other often, but it's always in group settings and with other friends. And I think this person likes you, but I feel like you're this Queen of Swords, and you kind of, how they view you is that you're more like intense or more serious, maybe they're worried that you think they're kind of silly or immature. And I feel like with this Queen of Swords compared to the Page of Cups, I feel like they see you as so much more experienced than them. And maybe even like, maybe they don't feel good enough for you. Maybe they feel a little like silly in comparison to you. But this is just like how I'm seeing that they feel. Like they're this Page of Cups and you're this Queen of Swords, is how they view it. And I also see with this Eight of Swords, I'm getting that within this friendship setting, they maybe feel a bit restricted in being able to communicate with you. There feels like there's some sort of barrier, like they can't seem to get alone with you. Or, they are a friend of yours, and maybe both of you are kind of feeling this worry of maybe the other person doesn't feel the same way. I don't want to ruin this friendship. I definitely see this person feeling that if you guys are friends, that they don't really think that you like them. They find you hard to read. They don't get any intuitive sense about your emotions towards them. They kind of just see you as like you seem very like wall up. They can't read you. And as a result, I think they feel pretty like stuck and unsure on what to do or how to go about the situation. And they're not really stuck. It's like the Eight of Swords. They're not really stuck. It's kind of like a mental thing. And so I think this person's doing like mental gymnastics and way overcomplicating it in their head on how they can tell you how they feel, because I think they want to do that, but they, at the moment, feel like there's many obstacles with either friendship, or maybe you guys are always surrounded by other friends and they have a hard time reading you, so they think that maybe you're not interested. I feel like they think you're better than them, like they're kind of not giving themselves enough credit, and they're like, oh, this person's so cool and attractive and I'm just like this goofy person. I feel like that's kind of how I'm getting from them. I'm getting a lot of like funny energy. I think this person is very funny. I also think this person is very creative with the painting and the Leo. I feel like the person you're thinking about is really involved in some sort of artistic hobby or endeavor. Like maybe they do paint, or maybe they make music, whatever. I feel like they're a very creative person. Now, with this Leo card, I feel like, your crush could definitely be Leo, have important planets in Leo, like Venus maybe, or their sun. And I'm getting a lot about like the theatrical nature. I feel like this person's kind of dramatic, but in a funny way. Um, and that's part of their humor, is their drama. Is kind of what I'm getting a little bit. Is they're very what's the word I'm looking for? They're very theatrical in how they express themselves and how they conversate and whatnot. And I think that's makes them sort of like the funny person in the group. I'm gonna read this the booklet for The Answers You Need Are Coming. Full Moon in Gemini. Let's see. Okay. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful You aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn put it, your word is your reward. You create magic in your own reality every time you express yourself. Okay, so what I'm getting with that is I feel like this person is getting a little impatient, and I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of fumble, or at least how they view it, fumble it a little bit. They may be trying to approach you soon, and it may be kind of clumsy the way they go about doing it, just due to their heightened emotions and impatience over how slow things have been moving. I also see with that, when I mentioned maybe a little flirting is needed, I think they're aware of this, that they need to try and make more moves. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have been trying to flirt with you, but maybe you aren't picking up on the hints. Because, I feel like you guys are friends or within the same friend group, and I definitely see that. I could see where maybe they're flirting, but you think they're just joking around, and you don't really see that they're actually trying to initiate something more with you. It kind of makes me laugh. Like, this person's like, I can see them thinking about what they're going to do next to try and impress you, or how they're gonna flirt. I'm getting I'm getting very strong in the new Barbie movie with how Ken is at first, where he's like just fawning over Barbie. I'm getting that kind of, where he's just like really wants your approval and attention. And yeah, I could definitely see them having Venus and Leo with that regard, where they're just trying to like impress you, be funny. They're trying to flirt with you, and I feel like you have been very not oblivious, but kind of oblivious, where you just don't notice it, or you don't react in a way that seems reciprocal to them. Because you seem much more practical, and this person seems more like cups energy and creative, and I'm getting silly a lot. This person's kind of silly. Yeah, so with this support card, lean on your inner circle during this time. I wouldn't be surprised if this person has been trying to get their friends or friends within the friend group to help them set something up with you, or getting advice on like, oh, how can I get this person's attention? How can I, how should I go about asking them on a date or anything like that? I feel like this person has started to go to their friends, or maybe even your own mutual friends, like, hey, how do you think I should go about trying to, get closer with this person? That's how I'm seeing them, is them going up to people and being like, what do they like? Oh, they really like this? Okay, and they're like writing it down and just trying to, yeah. I want to read the booklet for the Deep Knowing card. Let me see. It's 43. Okay. The essential meanings are intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. Intuition is a faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with Source, the consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then act accordingly. You're now invited into the sacred dialogue of deep knowing, so tune in and trust your vibes. It will be right, and ask, and you will receive answers from unusual sources. Okay, and in terms of relationship, it says, there are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. That's interesting. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. First of all, I feel like intuitively you have known that this person reciprocates your feelings. So I think this card is just being like, hey, you already have the answers you're looking for. You know this person likes you the way you like them. This is just confirmation that, you're not crazy. This person has been trying to get your attention and flirt with you. You've just been kind of like brushing off, like, no, they're just being my friend. They're just trying to be funny. No, they have been trying very hard to to flirt with you, and you are just not catching on. So, trust your intuition with this. And also when it said like this person will play a meaningful role in your life, I definitely see where, if this relationship goes further, if you two end up dating, and this is just speculation because, this feels like Ace of Cups where there's a lot of opportunity, but you must build it. This could be a really long, meaningful connection. You could be with this person for a long time. I think that's what this card is saying, is that this person, or not this one, this card is saying that deep down that this person is going to make quite an impact in your life in a good way. And, I could see this relationship having the possibility of being more long-term and stable and very like wonderful and supportive. But yeah, pile one, I guess to give a recap, I'm seeing that this person you're thinking of is a friend or within the friend group or a friend of a friend, and you spend time around them often. And you just have not seemed to notice that they have been trying to flirt with you this entire time. And you've just been like brushing off, like, no, they're a friend, they're just being funny. Because I think this person is like the funny, joking around person. And I think they're starting to feel very frustrated with their lack of progress with you. So I can see them maybe soon trying to ask you out or do something like that, and they may fumble it a little bit. I also see that they are very creative. They could be a Leo, have important placements in Leo. Right now, they are definitely asking mutual friends or just trying to figure out the best way to impress you and get close to you. And, with the deep knowing, I think you know deep down that this person has felt this way. You've just been kind of like not listening to that intuition and brushing it off. So, you know that this person likes you. But yeah, pile one, I hope this resonated. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey pile 2, if you guys chose the Kawaii Tarot, then this is your reading. So we're asking, how does your crush feel about you? How does the person that you're thinking about right now, how do they feel about you? So we'll start off getting about 4 tarot cards, and then I'll move on to some oracle cards. We got the Page of Pentacles. Got the Nine of Swords. Pile 2. How does Pile 2's crush feel? Oh, that's like 6 cards. Okay, just 2 more. Oh, the Six of Wands. I'll take these two. These two popped out. We got Judgment and the Star. So let me move these a little bit to fit every card. Okay. Let me get some of the messages of love oracle cards. I got these for this reading, so far I like them quite a bit. So group 2. Go slow. Take time to get to know each other. Okay. Let's do a Wisdom of the Oracle card. Got Treasure Island. And then I'll do a Moonology card. And then after this, I'll do an Astrology card. And we'll get started. Oops. How to. Nothing is yet set in stone. Immutable moon. Okay, let's get the astrology card and then I'll get started on your reading. Okay, that was very quick. The 7th house, balance and cooperation. Okay. Now let me just make sure everything is in frame. And then just give me a second to breathe in and take in the messages, and then we'll get started. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that this person that you're thinking of, your crush, I get that they have a lot of anxiety around maybe like romantic relationships or socializing. Maybe they got social anxiety. But I'm really getting with this go slow, with the 9 of Swords and the Star, which the Star is all about healing. I feel like the person you're thinking of maybe recently went through a breakup, or they got out of a bad relationship, or they have had a past bad relationship that, really hurt them or left them with some, issues that need to be resolved. And I think maybe that gives them a lot of anxiety. So I think with what I'm seeing with the 7th house, the 6 of Wands, I think this person they do notice you, and I think they are interested, but they are very hesitant because of this past hurt or this anxiety. There's a lot of healing that they are going through and dealing with within themselves. And I'm definitely just getting a lot of about not really trusting yet, not being open yet from this person. So I do see that they notice you and they've thought about it, but they're kind of more scared. I think they need a little slowness, which is definitely, I think if you go too quickly or if you are too pushy, you're going to possibly scare this person away. They need a very gentle approach because I think they have been recently burned kind of badly, or they recently got out of a bad situation in a past relationship, or they innately have pretty severe anxiety. Maybe they haven't really shared this with you yet. I don't think you two are particularly super well acquainted with one another. I'm sure you have been acquainted, but you're not like friends or super close. You see each other often. I could see maybe something connects you two to where you see each other often, whether it be work, a hobby, education, something like that, where you are around each other, but you're not necessarily interacting a lot. And I think this person is definitely more closed off because they're going through this sort of like healing process and anxiety. So I think a good thing to do is, like it says, go slow. Start off with offers of friendship. I think this person really needs that. And then after, getting more comfortable with you, I think they will open up more about the situation, and maybe then with trust and with time they'll want to pursue more. Because I see with this seventh house, I'm definitely getting with this that this person could be a really good partner. This person is quite significant in your life, or will be. I could see them, you could possibly have a long-term relationship with them in the future. Once again, this is like Ace of Cups energy, so it's a seed and there's a possibility of growth, but it definitely requires, work and time. I'm going to read the booklet for this mutable moon. Nothing yet is set in stone. So let me find that. Let's see. Okay. That took me a second to find this, but here it says, mutable is all about change, shape-shifting, even when something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there's also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone yet. Okay, yeah, so I definitely see, this situation and how it plays out is affected greatly by how you approach the situation and the person you are asking about. Because, like I said, they are interested in you and they do notice you, but they're very focused on themselves right now because of this anxiety and experience that they're going through. They're trying to heal. And I see them, this judgment, I'm getting a lot of this is like, through the healing process, having a lot of self-realizations and maybe even spiritual realizations about themselves and what they're interested in. I'm getting that strongly with the star. They're really discovering more about themselves, and so I think the thought of relationships right now will make them more anxious, and they're more walled off. But it says nothing is yet set in stone. So if you are not really happy right now with the progress on you two getting to know each other, I'm definitely seeing that you can adjust the way you approach this person and it will help them open up more to you, and you will be able to get to know each other better. Because I feel like with this go slow, I feel like perhaps you are used to coming on more strong and that being reciprocated, but I feel like in this situation you're kind of being thrown through a loop, maybe, where you find that your usual tactics are not really working. And I think it's because of, this Nine of Swords. If they've kind of got a lot going on and they need a different approach in order to open up more. So really try and go more slow with them. Make it no pressure when it comes to things. Like if you invite them to maybe join you and your friend to go bowling. I don't know why bowling came up, but if you invite him out with a group to go bowling, be like, we'd really love to have you with us, but no pressure. If you don't like bowling, that's totally fine. We like your company, and be wonderful to have you. That kind of language where it's like, I enjoy your company and I think you're a wonderful person, but I'm giving you the space to decide based on how you are feeling right now, because they seem very vulnerable. Like, I keep reading it and it's really weird. I keep reading it and my eyes keep tearing up. Like, I'm feeling this strong, just hurt emotion from this person, which I think is the healing. Um, if it's not like their situation where maybe they just got out of a relationship, I could also see that maybe they recently lost a loved one and just something emotionally tolling is happening that's giving them anxiety. Um, but the Six of Wands, I think the Six of Wands in the middle is very nice card to see because it talks a lot about success and victory. And for me, I think of like celebration with the victory. So seeing that, it makes me think that a good idea for you might be to invite them to do something like I was saying earlier, like some sort of group activity that will take them out of their mind a little bit. That doesn't put on too much pressure if it's just the two of you where it feels too much like a date, more of like a group. And I see if you take them to do something like that, they'll have a lot of fun with it and it'll help them get out of their head. Because I keep going back to this bowling center. I don't know why, but I keep thinking something like bowling or golf, like driving ranges, or maybe beach volleyball, some sort of group activity that's kind of competitive um, would be a really great situation for you to invite this person into to help them bring them out of their shell, is what I'm getting with this Six of Wands. This Page of Pentacles, I definitely think that maybe this person um, works with you, or and somewhere in the pentacle material sphere they're connected to, whether that be education, a project, a job, something in that area this person is connected to, and that is how you know them and see them. I'm going to read the booklet for Treasure Island because I have not touched on that yet, and I'm really curious. I like the imagery a lot. I think it's really pretty, and there's all these little hearts everywhere. Okay, let me look at it. Okay. The law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition. The results of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appearing as if from nowhere. Financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. You have worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is the ability to recognize when X marks a spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off. Oh, interesting, navigating their inner life with this Nine of Swords and the Star and the Judgment. That's interesting. Is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. So, in the relationship message, it says, your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. Interesting with how they're sort of in their head more. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. Okay. That was really interesting because I feel like now it gives me a whole different perspective with the 7th house card. So I feel like this person, they are going through this internal sort of battle and like shadow self reflections with the star. Like they're doing a lot of healing. And though maybe you feel a bit of rejection with how closed off they are, you should know that with the Treasure Island in the 7th house, I feel like this person recognizes that you are someone they would like to get to know more and possibly enter into a relationship with. Like, I feel like they recognize your worth and they like you and they could see having more of a future with you. It's just at the moment, they're dealing with a lot of internal baggage. So the best situation for you is to go slow. And maybe they are also going slow with you, and that could be frustrating you. But I definitely think the best course of action is going slow, getting to know each other, and I think they will open up more and they'll feel like safe, emotionally safe to pursue this connection. But yeah, just to give a quick overview, I think this person, you either work with them, you're in the same program, education wise, you're connected somehow in the material sphere. You may be frustrated or feel a little rejected by how closed off this person is, but I see that they have a lot of anxiety and healing going on right now, possibly from a past relationship or losing a loved one. And this kind of is causing them to do a lot of self reflection and shadow work. But don't worry, a good way to go about this is to go slow. I'm getting a lot about inviting them out with groups of people to build on a friendship to start off with. With the Six of Wands, like I said, I keep getting bowling. You know, getting them involved with a group and sort of slightly competitive group night games like board games, bowling, driving ranges, something that's slightly competitive, I think will help bring them out of their shell a bit more and help you interact with them in a deeper level. And this person does recognize that, like, they see that you would be a great partner for them and they are interested in that regard, but they recognize within themselves that they don't feel ready for that yet. They have their walls up. So, they're taking it slow and they are more receptive to you taking it slow as well. And with the nothing is yet set in stone, like I said, the situation, how it turns out, is in your hands, and it can be a really wonderful partnership. It could blossom into that. But right now, it's just a seed, and everything takes work to grow and flourish and stay alive and beautiful. But yeah, Pal 2, I hope this resonated. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey Pile 3, if you guys chose the Wild Unknown Tarot, then this is your reading. So we're going to start off with some tarot cards. We're asking, how does your crush feel about you? How does the person that you're currently thinking about, how did they feel about you? So Pile 3. Okay, that's a lot of cards, but I'll take the one from the top. Lover of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. This really cool snake protecting her eggs. I love this deck. I think it's so beautiful. The illustrations. Ooh, the High Priestess. Okay. The Ace of Swords. Let's get one more card. Okay, that's too many. Alright, let's try to get one more card. Pile 3. Okay, 2 more cards. I was like, nope, we got too much to say. Okay, you got the Ace of Cups, and this would be the Knight of Swords. Okay, this is very energetic. Right off the bat, with the Ace of Cups that popped out, I mean, this person definitely likes you a lot and they think very highly of you. So let me get some oracle cards. I'm going to start off with the Messages of Love Oracle, which I recently got for this reading and I'm enjoying it so far. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. Okay. Don't worry about that too much. I'm definitely seeing something. Actually, I'm getting called to get one more for you guys. I don't know why. Addiction. Okay. let me get I think Wisdom of the Oracle card I'll do next. Time to go. Okay. And let's do a Moonology and then an Astrology card, and then I'll get started. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Let's do the Astrology cards. Okay. You guys got Pluto. Ooh, okay. Let me just move a few cards around to make sure everything is in frame. Okay, and now I'm gonna take a second to breathe in, and then I'll tell you guys what I'm seeing with the messages. Okay, I'm getting called to first to read the booklet for Time to Go because that card is really sticking out to me. So I want to read that for you guys. Let me find the spot for it. Okay. So the essential meanings are endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. So you're at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. So, in terms of the relationship message, it says it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is time of letting go or knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. This doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract. It is more about the release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. Interesting. Okay. So, I'm getting strongly about how this person feels about you is they definitely feel very strongly about you with this Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups, Queen of Wands. I think they look at you as a very beautiful or handsome, intuitive, mysterious person. And, you know, this may be very specific to a lot of people, so if it doesn't resonate, maybe go back and pick a different pile. But I'm getting the sense that this person is kind of very fixated on you. And perhaps you are already aware of this, maybe you're not, but I get the sense that the person you're thinking about, they do reciprocate feelings, but I think they have a sort of imbalance in how they receive and give love. So with this Pluto, I get the sense that they are more of a person that likes control over situations, and they, like I said, they're very fixated on you. And I feel like, I don't know if you've experienced this yet, but I definitely think you could feel it with this Knight of Swords. I think what may happen with this different pages is this person may come on too strongly, and that may surprise you and take you back. But I know these cards seem a bit more serious, so to lighten it up, it's a reminder a win-win outcome is forecast, so it's like, you know, this situation is going to turn out well, whatever that happens with it. But I can definitely see that this person, they admire you a lot. They see you as very intuitive and mysterious. They see you as, with this Ace of Swords, I think they see you as very intelligent. The Queen of Wands, you're very attractive and sensual and creative, and I think they're very attracted to you, but their way of giving and receiving love is very platonic, which if that's what you're into, then that is fine, but I can definitely see where that could maybe be overbearing. And perhaps this is something that's popping in, and this could be very specific to a few of you. Perhaps you did have a connection with this person in the past, and I could see that maybe you're like, okay, we're on different pages, you know, you're a little too attached to me. Let's take a break for a second and then revisit it later. And maybe that, if that is the case, it could be where this person is really working on themselves. And with this Ace of Cups, I think really going into their emotions and sorting things out a bit due to this separation for a short period of time. And if that has not happened, I could definitely see where that could happen due to, I think they could be a little overbearing. And so perhaps time apart would be needed for this person to address these insecurities and issues that caused them to behave in a certain way. So I could definitely see that either you're on a break from this person right now, you're not really spending much time with them, or you know, you've never really been together and you have an interest, but sometimes they come on too strong or they behave in ways that doesn't really resonate with you. And I definitely see that you are a very intelligent and strong person. You know what your ethics and morals are. You are strong in your personality, and you know, you're developed in that sense where you do not doubt yourself as much, or at least this is how they view you. They view you as being very strong and not doubting yourself, knowing what you need to do, being confident. And I think maybe this person, because I'm getting very strong, like, player energy right now. This person could be more of a player or has been in the past. And I think your level of confidence and self assurance and strength, whether they realize it or not, I think it may scare them a little bit, which could cause them to act out in ways of jealousy or intenseness, you know, like a need to control over the situation. Because when it comes to addiction, this is just strongly fitting together with the Pluto with me, and I'm getting more of from this like a sense of control, which is interesting because usually addiction is like not control, but I'm getting strongly like one kind of a little bit of obsession, but also just wanting to be in control of the situation, and a bit of like an unhealthy relationship with control and the concept of that. So, I mean, I definitely do see that this person is very much interested in you. Whether or not they are a good match for you, that is completely up to you to decide, and, you know, your experiences with this person and what you think. I see that you are very intuitive, so you are able to figure this out yourself by listening to your own inner knowing. But yes, it is to confirm this person is interested in you. This Ace of Cups, I could see, especially since I've been getting a bit of like a player energy, I could see where maybe you make this person feel in a way that they've never really felt before. I think you make them feel very vulnerable and open. That very like fresh, sweet Ace of Cups energy. And I think this disarms them a lot once again leading them to be more of this Knight of Swords, which is very brash and, not so tactical when it comes to communication. Which is funny because it's a swords card, which is communication air, but in this case, I'm getting that they're a bit blunt and maybe say things out of their own insecurity to you. So I could definitely see that where it's happened a few times where maybe they've said something to you out of their own insecurity. And, it may be like, I'm not so sure about this person. And, maybe you've, with this time to go, maybe you've had a few moments with them where you're like, I don't like how you have been talking to me lately or behaving towards me, and I think I'd like to spend some time away from you because I think you've got some internal stuff going on that you need to deal with before we continue going forward. If that has not happened, I could definitely see that being a good option for you to bring up if they have been doing those shenanigans where maybe they've been overly jealous or trying to be a little controlling, or maybe they've said things that aren't so kind out of their own insecurity. Because they recognize that you are very confident in yourself and self-assured. You've got your stuff together. And they don't feel that way about themselves. And so they feel threatened. But they're also very intrigued and attracted to you. So, I could definitely see, in order for this to possibly work in the future, is, you taking some time to be like, I didn't like the way you acted towards me today. What was up with that? And they might open up to you a little bit about their own insecurities and problems. Like with this addiction card, maybe when you call them out in a more gentle, mature way, they may open up a little more and be like, you're right. I think I do this because of this thing that happened to me or because I feel this way. But one thing that's definitely strongly popping up right now is it's not your job to guide them through this internal struggle that they need to sort out. It's not your job to help them overcome this insecurity. And I think that could be a hard thing for you to step back from, because I see with this High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups, you're a very loving, generous person that likes to help people. But in this case, in this scenario, this person, when they have those insecurity outbursts and ways of behaving, you really need to step back and be like, it's not my place to try and help them resolve this within themselves. They need to go within themselves and reflect and figure out why they behave this way. Why does this thing make them feel insecure and whatnot? So I'm definitely getting, in order to build this into a more healthy connection, there needs to be a sort of stepping back and letting them deal with their own stuff. Because I think maybe once you're less available to them and they know why you have set up these boundaries, it may cause them to look at themselves a bit more. Because I think right now they're so focused on you, they're not looking at themselves and how they are acting. And so with you stepping back and being like, I need to put up a boundary up. You're kind of exhausting me. You're being a little overbearing. Boundaries being put up. I'm doing some me time. I think this person will be like, oh crap, I really like this person and the way they make me feel. And I've been acting a bit ridiculous. I need to get my stuff together and sort myself out in order to be at the same level as this person. So I definitely see that, a good way to improve on this relationship is that stepping out for a little bit. It's like what this card had said in the booklet, where if it's meant to be, it'll come back into your life. And that's what I'm getting. And, if you feel a little discouraged, just remember, it's a win-win outcome because, no matter how this turns out, whether or not they stay in your life or not, whether or not they manage to do the self-reflection and resolve their own issues, you are going to be fine. I mean, you are, with the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess, you are a force to be reckoned with and a beautiful magical being, I can just tell. And it's no wonder this person is so enraptured by you. But not that I'm trying to judge them, but I don't know if they're quite, at the same level as you or able to give you what you need because of their own insecurities, kind of self-sabotaging. So yeah, I guess to give a quick overview, this person that you're thinking about, this is a very specific pile, so if it didn't resonate, maybe pick another one, but I see that maybe you have been involved with them before, or you're involved with them right now, and they are coming on a little too strong. They're very attracted to you. They think you're an amazing person. I'm getting very strong player energy though, and I feel like they are not used to feeling this way and you intimidate them. As a result, they've been kind of acting out in ways. They've been a little controlling, maybe jealous. Maybe they've been saying things that aren't very kind out of insecurity. And I think in order to resolve this and have them look at themselves and what they've been doing, you need to step back and be like, hey, I don't like the way you've been talking to me lately. I'm putting up some boundaries, come back when you've got whatever's going on sorted out. And I think if that happens and you guys do come back together, I think it'll be a much, this person will be in a much healthier and confident place. But yeah, pile 3, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this one was very, very specific, but it's what I was getting, so. But yeah, I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Bye.